Hey guys, I'm Dave Chesson of Kindlepreneur.com, and today I'm looking at what is the best story outlining software. I was constantly getting this question, and so I took it upon myself and my team, and we got a hold of the biggest outlining softwares out there so as to test them and actually see what is the best or what we prefer. Now in this video, I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison of them, as well as show you some clips of me using them and talking about their pros and cons. However though, say you want to dig a bit deeper and go ahead and check them out, I have individual written reviews on each one so you can get into the nitty-gritty and see how it really looks on the inside. You can find those in the description below for the individual one that you're interested in. So with that, let's go ahead and look at them side by side as well as an overview and see which one may be the best one for you. Now before we move into that, if you'd like more videos like this and to learn about book marketing, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well as that little bell icon so as to get a notification when my next book marketing video comes out. Now with that, let's begin. Now before I get started, I just want to give you a heads up. I have used affiliate links for each one of these. So in case you do decide to buy one, do understand that I will get a percentage of that sale. But please understand too that this does not affect my decision on which ones I like and which ones I don't. Now with that, let's go ahead and look at a side-by-side comparison. Let's start with the pricing. The pricing will vary between the different softwares. However, Scrivener is the only one with a lifetime price of $49. You can actually get it with a discount using my link in the description below. Novel Factory and Scrivener also don't have a free version, but do offer users a 30-day trial. Since many of these are under subscription-based, just know that if your subscription does run out, your content and outline work will not be held hostage. You will be able to export any of your writing to another application if you choose. Let's look at what they work with and don't work with. All of the applications work with Windows devices. The Novel Factory is the only one where Mac users will run into an issue. At this time, the Novel Factory does not offer a Mac version of their software, just Windows. Okay, so now that we've seen a side-by-side comparison of some of the important metrics to each, let's go ahead and jump into the individuals, starting with the Novel Factory. Some of the pros we found with the Novel Factory is that they offer authors guidance through their different plotting templates, which are tailored towards specific genres. This is extremely helpful if you are new to plotting and are trying to get started. Plotting with the Novel Factory is very customizable with their drag, drop, and create features. You can also use their pre-generated templates or create your own entirely from scratch. You're also able to write your entire story inside of the application and export it at any given time. So like we mentioned before, your work will never be held hostage. Moving on to the cons though. First is that the Novel Factory is one of the most expensive options. Your costs are also directly related to the amount of storage you use. So the more you write, the more you're going to have to pay. With the Novel Factory, you can only work on your project while connected to the internet. So if you planned on working on the go, this won't be an option. And lastly, which is what we found to be the biggest concern, is that as of today, the desktop software doesn't work on Macs, only PC. Next up is Scrivener. Now I've personally used Scrivener for a very long time, like even when it first came out. I've used it for writing my books, I've used it for writing the scripts to either these videos or to my courses, and also to write my master's thesis way back in the day when I was at Naval Postgraduate School. So I've used it for a multitude of things. But I keep finding that there are more and more features to do, and they actually have some really cool tools for outlining, which is why it's made it into this list. Let's go ahead and check some of that out. First is its customizability. Scrivener is fully customizable, and you can pretty much organize and create anything you can imagine. They also offer plenty of templates for organizing the type of writing you are going for. Authors are given complete control over how they plot or what they want to write. With Scrivener, there are two main tools that you can use to plot your novel: corkboard and outliner. There are other tools inside of Scrivener too that will help you with developing your characters and scenery and referring back to them as you write your book. At any given time, you can access your Scrivener files whether you're connected to the internet or not. And like we mentioned before, the price is a lifetime purchase of $49, so no subscriptions, which is pretty nice. Okay, so now that we've seen some of the pros to Scrivener, let's go ahead and check some of the cons. While Scrivener can do an incredible amount, it is a steep learning curve when it comes to understanding how to use the software. I mean, after all, I used it for years and I didn't know it did some of the things I just learned. So there you go. If you have the time to learn Scrivener and really come to master it, I would definitely recommend checking it out. Another thing is that, unlike the others listed, Scrivener was built as a writing software, whereas the others were designed solely for outlining. All right, next we have Plotter, which was a lot of fun to visualize your outlining process. It's a simple and easy to use platform that cuts out the trouble of a steep learning curve. Plotter also offers very easy to use guided tour to get you accustomed to their platform. Plotter also has very nice plotting templates and gives authors the ability to customize their plotting by simply dragging and dropping to move things around. It's sort of like Scrivener's outlining capability, but on crack. So, beefed up. You will also find that Plotter has an amazing character creation tool with character templates and character tagging. Plotter's no-frills approach makes it a great application for authors looking to up their productivity. Although Plotter seems like it would be a one-shot wonder, there are a few major cons that we learned about. The first is that it is only offered as a yearly subscription. As of now, they don't offer any monthly payments. There also isn't anywhere to start writing your drafts. It is simply a software to outline or plot your stories. And although it does have the ability to do some of the world building, it definitely could be better. And all in all, Plotter is a really great software for outlining and is really simple to use. And lastly, let's take a look at some of the pros and cons to Plot Factory. Plot Factory is exactly what you think it is, a great place for you to craft your plots. It offers amazing plot templates for authors to use. You can easily upload your own templates that you find elsewhere or simply just start with a freeform plot. There are also character and world building templates available, but again, they aren't as detailed as some of the other outlining softwares previously mentioned. Plot Factory is also very affordable and offers monthly and yearly subscriptions. Although Plot Factory has a lot going for it, there are some cons to point out. First is that you are not able to use when offline. Also, like I mentioned before, although they have some world building templates, they are not as good or as detailed as others. And lastly, unlike other options, they don't offer as many guides as some of the others. Okay, so this is the part where I will probably tell you what I'm going to be doing. And the truth is that I'm going to continue using Scrivener. The reason for this is that I've been using it for years and I've started to get into the tools, and I'm also kind of techie, so that kind of works out for me. However, though, that does not mean that that's the best choice for everyone else. I just already paid for it, so I'm just going to keep using it. However, though, if I was just starting out or I needed guidance in, developing the plot for my novel, I'd probably go with Plot Factory. I felt as though it was the easiest to use and it really helped to kind of guide my hands. I'm also kind of liking Plotter, but I don't know. I think it would be kind of a toss-up between the two, but I'd probably be landing with Plot Factory. So that's just me personally, but that does not mean that that's the best thing for you. I'm hoping that with this review, you're able to see them in action. And now, if one of them interests you, you can go ahead and click and see the description below and find my individualized review for each one and check them out in more depth. All right, guys, with that, I'm Dave Cheston of Kindlepreneur, hoping that after seeing this video, you can now make a better decision on which outlining software is best for your purposes, if that's what you're looking for. Cheers.